Oh, yes, lovely of you to join us. My name is Claire. Hope you're treating yourselves well, and of course, others. Um, my brain just collapsed for a second. We're talking about immediate stuff, current things, delving into things of that nature. I am glad you graced us with your presence. It would appear as though maybe you are a dominant figure in whatever situation you are in life. It seems you might have a big personality. You might be a character. You're very quick-witted, very mysterious. I would say maybe you could be a little suspicious of people at times. Maybe you're one of those people that is very good at talking to people and getting people to open up to them. But when it comes to, you don't really dive too much into your own situation, out of maybe never having to, maybe never wanting to, maybe never getting to. Maybe people you're surrounded with, you are very emotionally available and articulate, and you really react when people talk to you about things that they're dealing with or going through, and perhaps maybe people don't give you the same sort of give and take. Maybe the energy is not reciprocated, or maybe it doesn't have to be malicious all the time, but maybe you're just kind of special in a sense that you make people feel really good, and it's hard for people to measure up to what you would like almost, and that's not a bad thing. It's just you give a lot, so you I don't want to say expect a lot, but I think that you could be an emotional person. You run on you're really good at deciphering a room, understanding social cues and whatnot, so you're really you're locked in, socially locked in. So when people don't really meet your bar, it can almost be disappointing, I can see, perhaps. If you would like to alleviate that issue, I would highly suggest taking some time to yourself, figuring out how to unwind, how to find to not be so annoyed, maybe not allowing yourself to react in situations if you can, or being able to step away whenever you need to, because you have the Four of Swords, but it was in reverse. And the Four of Swords in reverse, and I think that is a sign, because it's usually meditation, rest, rejuvenation, gathering oneself, and it seems like you have a necessity to do that because you also have the Ace of Cups in reverse, and it's just kind of a sign that you might be overly intense, high-strung, overly emotional, and maybe after the fact you find you don't really enjoy that, but it's hard to find that peace in the moment. Maybe we can figure out how to work, because trust me, I understand anger issues completely, but they're manageable, and finding a way that is suitable, it's a beneficial, it would be helpful. I think you would enjoy that just as much as everyone else around you. I appreciate the effort and just kind of like being in control of your feeling. Just being in control of knowing when to step away, knowing when to fight, when to not fight. Because I've always said there is times to fight, but to make it worse, to make a bad situation worse is doesn't really make you look good. No, does it? This is the Eight of Cups. It's the need to walk away. It's the need to walk away. Maybe situations are causing you to feel stressful, or maybe you're giving in to like small things, and that could help if you like identified those things that you're kind of giving into. Like, I have maybe a little bit of an issue with road rage. I'm a little bit of a someone call an asshole driver at times, and I could identify that. I can see that. And I will work on that. I do work on that, and allowing myself to get mad at like small things, that gives into like anger just in general. Like, your life will feed into just like it's a fungus, it's a bacteria. Like, you don't want to give into it in small amounts. Like, sometimes it's fun to play in our dark energy. Like, I understand the necessity of dark and light, and it's fun sometimes, and comedy can even be made between both. But it is just learning, figuring out situations for what they are and addressing them appropriately could really be beneficial, because you've got the Hangman as well, and that is a sign of stepping back to analyze so that you can move forward better, stronger. And the Magician in reverse was below it, and that is not like, you want to be the Magician because he has all the tools, and perhaps you have all the tools within you, and some of them are kind of hiding away underneath like some sludge, some stuff that is just not helpful or worthwhile. You don't really need to hold on to, like bad habits, just giving in to things that you know will not really benefit you down the line, because I would say you have some sort of higher purpose in mind, or some sort of bigger goal that you have in mind, or something that you really want. It would appear the Magician is pretty big. It seems you're capable of a lot if you would want to be. The Magician does have all the tools, as I said. Maybe you're feeling rushed. Maybe you're feeling pushed. Maybe you're feeling it got manipulated. Maybe you're feeling just like toyed with. Maybe not. Maybe you're feeling fine, because you did get, that's crazy. I was literally gonna say you got the Nine of Cups earlier, and this popped out upside down immediately after, and it is the Nine of Cups. It's an attractive card, and reverse, it's kind of identifying maybe you could be taking for granted some sort of situation. Maybe you should feel comfort in something that you are overlooking, or you're just feeling too comfortable, so you're not really seeing how good that things are or could be. Because the 9, it's very close to 10, which is like complete. Okay, we back. You've gotten the Two of Swords twice. Two of Swords, both in reverse too. So I think that you might be at a crossroads. I think you might be at a crossroads, or failing to make a decision. Maybe something is reoccurring in your life. Maybe an issue is reoccurring in your life. Maybe a situation is reoccurring in your life. You are reliving something over and over and over. There's a Two of Swords. There's a need to make a decision. There's a need for clarity. There's a need for action, because it is a sword. Usually it's more than mental. It's something that you have to address, and it's twice. So it could be something that's very important for you to move forward. I would think that you would probably know, or at least kind of understand what this could be, because you've gotten it twice. So maybe it's kind of like it's floating around. Little haunting thought for sure. Maybe you feel maybe as though a decision you have to make could go wrong, perhaps. Maybe you're focusing on the what ifs of a situation, or maybe you haven't been putting in the work for a situation. You're kind of worried about the outcome, or you're just like straight up worried about missing out about something. It could cause you a lot of mental strain. Apologies, I guess everyone is coming home right now. Anyways, I feel as though you could be worried about, you could have something in the back of your head telling you to do something or act a certain way or dress something, but you're worried about how the people around you will act. There's a lot of crows attacking this person. It is the Five of Pentacles as well, and he looks beat up. He does not look like he's in a very idealistic situation. I think that you could actually be have people aggressively around you. You could be dealing with doubt, like from other people, negative talk from others. You could worry about, you have seen poor results at one point, so it's like really hard to speak about this whatever you're trying to attain or whatever you're trying to do. The whole situation, it's hard to talk about because maybe it doesn't seem very realistic. Perhaps maybe there's like a thing in the back of your head saying one thing, and then another thing at the front of your head, like barking at the back of your head, like shut up. And you've kind of been dealing with that for a while. Silence could help. Different surroundings could help. Different environments could help. Asking for help, I guess, could be beneficial in times. If, I suppose. I always wonder when I say that, because I'm not the type to ever receive or ask for help, because I don't want to have to update people all the time. I don't want to have to update people all the time. But it can be nice. Having a community could really be nice. I think you're really just worried about something that has not worked in the past that you want. You got the Hermit, and you got the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So I would think that you have not seen results to something that you've worked hard at, or that something that you really wanted, something that's been it's just a constant, and you've wanted it, you are thinking about it, you're you are putting in work trying to figure out this one thing, and you've not seen results, and you're just kind of like, when is it gonna give, or like, when am I gonna ever give up on this? Like, when will I feel okay? And maybe your lack of action, 8 of Wands in reverse, maybe your lack of action is causing more stress than would have naturally been if you would just go with the flow. I think that there's a certain part of you that is very intelligent when it comes to knowing what to do. So if you could not overthink, maybe whatever comes, like they always say, like whatever comes to mind first is the best option. But seriously, talking yourself out of things mentally could be an issue for you, and finding a way around that could really be helpful, and it could be helpful for you to blaze forward, because you've obviously got all the tools and all the things that you've got a lot to you got a lot of thoughts, a lot of creativity, motive. There's a lot going on, and not shooting yourself down could be an ideal thing, if that it seems to resonate at all, and I hope it does. And I think that we're gonna go on to pile 2. You gotta know I love you. A lovely evening for you to join us, pile 2. Current, immediate messages. Got it? Good. Let's get it. Right off the bat, you got 2 major cards, the Fool and the Moon. You could be keeping what you're doing as of lately under wraps, kind of, just not really secretive, but not really divulging everything, or maybe it is a big secret, but just doesn't seem like you're really talking that much. You are embarking on something wholeheartedly, I think, or I think that you're interested in something new, or you're inviting new into your life. You're willing to jump off of into whatever new. I have Nuck If You Buck stuck in my head right now, so maybe you're just kind of feeling fired up, maybe you're wanting to take on whatever, but you've got the Moon as well, so you could want to sing, you could want to build something, you could want to travel, you could want to go to shows, you could want to, it's summer, you could want to do a lot of stuff. Maybe that's what it is. You're just kind of feeling you've been cooped up for a while and it's time. You're just feeling, maybe you're not really divulging everything that you feel like doing as of right now, but you're kind of just feeling yes, you're motivated, you're feeling good. You could have put an end to a situation, a thought process, a lifestyle. You could have just changed a lot recently. It didn't have to be something that you chose to do. It could have been forced upon you, but it feels like you're doing good. Maybe the things you've dealt with recently have made you kind of want to recluse, but there has been an ending as of lately. Something has ended. Maybe an ending of maybe you feeling as like generous with maybe you're just feeling like kind of being a little bit more to yourself. Maybe you're hanging out with people. I think that you could be like hanging out with people, or you could not. You just feel, you could feel so motivated that you don't want to, like, it could be like this thing where you are feeling so motivated and you're kind of in your own world so much that you don't want to neglect people, so you've kind of just like cut off everything, and maybe it's being observed, perhaps. I think you're just kind of doing, like, it's very strong that you are up for something. You're feeling like serendipitous, like you're after it. You're going strong towards something. I just like keep on looking at this sun, and the Fool's just, it's inviting card, and I think that you are feeling just like really with it, like you've got it all together and nothing's really stopping you, and you just don't really have the emotional capacity for what you don't. Like maybe you are still giving to friends or want to be, maybe you're in a relationship or you're doing stuff and you're still like out being social, but when you don't feel like doing something, you don't really do it anymore. And when before you kind of were like polite and always giving and forthcoming, and like, I don't know, you just kind of showed up all the time whether you wanted to or not. And I think that you might have put an end to that as of lately, and whatever, it's neither here nor there, it's a thing. The King of Pentacles in reverse, he's kind of like a philanthropy. He's like a giving individual, someone that people come to, I would assume, for things, knowledge, advice, money, housing, something, structure. And maybe you're kind of just like maybe not even cutting it off, but maybe you're kind of feeling like really keeping an eye on who you're giving to. The Seven of Wands, it's a card of just awareness or building up a defense. It could be defensiveness, but I don't really sense that as much as I see you just being like, I know what I'm worth, or I know what I'm doing, or it doesn't even have to, like, you don't have to be like aggressive minded towards other people. Like you don't have to feel like that at all. It could just be that you are so much business minded. You're like grinding, you're doing it, you're just trying to accomplish things, and you don't want to feel like you're running over people or like neglecting anyone. So it's just kind of been tapped out, like you yeah, like you're just giving when you want to, or maybe none at all. It could be a lot of things. You could have been, it could have been forced. Your hand could have been forced in the situation. I got this in the last reading, oddly enough. It was, and I shuffled the Five of Pentacles and the Two of Swords, and they were both in reverse. I think that someone might have like caused you to kind of feel like you needed to act like this. Maybe this is a reaction. This could be a result of something that happened, whether it happened naturally or someone caused it. You're just feeling like, maybe I should restructure the way that I am a little bit. So maybe for like comfort for you, maybe you're feeling guided just to put up a little bit of a defense towards people, because maybe you felt attacked by people as well, because these crows, they're like they're really giving it to this dude. So maybe you're feeling like you have a reason. Maybe there is a reason. Maybe it's oh, I would think that, yes, I would think something has very much happened. Something has gone awry. Ten of Swords. This man is suffering too. This is a brolic card. Whatever you went through, I'm sorry. It was terrible. Most likely caused by people or bad advice, blindsided, stuff that makes you have to like restart. This is a 10. You have to restart, basically. This is a do-over. Like, you feel depleted, I think, mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, one of these, all of these, somewhatly, like, yikes. There was betrayal. I think that if you have not identified them, the Seven of Swords, maybe you have surrounded yourself with people that at one point you identified them as like, because the Seven of Swords is like kind of like turning a blind eye to like bad behavior, I think. And maybe you've kind of like been in a crowd of people that you knew this thing could have happened because you've seen it happen in other ways, but you never thought it would come to this, or like a situation has really like come, you were blindsided, like you really didn't think it was going to happen like this, or you didn't think that this person or people were capable of whatever happened. There's a rat being carried away. I think if life hasn't removed whoever this person is from your life and made it obvious who it is, it will very soon, or perhaps. If you don't, then I think you should definitely like figure out a way to be more aware of your surround. I'm not trying to like dig at all, like I swear, but that's seems like something needs to be taken care of if it hasn't already, because there's something. I think spirit wants the best for you, and it doesn't like when you don't want the best for yourself, perhaps. And I think that maybe you're realizing that. Maybe you've gone through a time of just like pure turmoil, like utter shit and nonsense. And I think perhaps you're over it. I think you're actually feeling motivated to get the heck out of the way. I think that there is a lot of intervention, like over time, or just like, I think you are protected. Okay, what I think that you are someone with a lot of potential. I think you're someone that knows easily how to get results out of a situation. And you can do that to your benefit in a way that could be natural and good, and you can also do it in a manipulative way. And to Two of Pentacles, you need to harness the ability to find center. You need to be able to balance your energies. I think that if you want to hang around people that are not so great, if you want to continue to do such a thing, or if you want to delve into things that are of darker nature, just make sure that you know how to, I mean, this is very similar to maybe the first pile. You just need to be able to balance your light and dark energy. It's fun to do so. It's because it's just, especially if you've been through a lot of things, the way that we get through sometimes is just we find our ways to get through, and as long as we can find center so that we can remain an individual that's not just sucking at life, someone that's just out of the way of others, but is accomplishing what they are out to do. You want to remain powerful, but you don't want to get repercussions for being like using the power that you hold to be like a dickhead. You know, like I have been that, and I can be that for sure. I am not hating whatsoever, but you just want to remain I think that you eliminating temperance and reverse, if you could take, maybe it's a pride, or maybe it's just an emotion, maybe you're getting like gratification out of being in your dark side, like maybe you enjoy like revenge, or like seeing people fall or something like that, like maybe you enjoy like fighting or something. I don't try to like dictate what people would be doing in their lives, but I think the imbalance of such things could cause issues in your like actual life. Maybe you don't want to be aggressive, and you don't want to feed that kind of energy. It doesn't always have to be that serious, but it's good to not want to harm people. It's good to not want the worst for people, and if you do, it can, like, because like, you know, some people they're not so great, and it's fun to watch them fall, and I really don't know if that's a good or bad thing. It's human nature, but I don't know if it's a good or bad thing. So it just figure out a way to just like find a center, find fairness, or just like empathy for people, just like remain I don't want to say cool. The words are kind of like floating around me right now, but I feel like you have a lot of charisma and everything, and power, and just like I think you really are very good at like dictating a room, or being like lively, or whatever you want to be, and just don't let that be a downfall in any way. And yeah, that's pretty much it for that one, folks. God know I love ya.